Hey, welcome. So, when you picture a factory, what do you see? Maybe loud, clunky machines and assembly lines from old movies? Well, you can pretty much forget that picture. Today's manufacturing floors are something else entirely. They are wired, they are incredibly smart, and they are way more complex than you can imagine.
So, that begs the question, right? What's the secret sauce? In this buzzing, high-tech environment, what is the invisible force that's coordinating every single action, from the tiniest little sensor all the way up to a giant robotic arm? The answer is, well, it's what makes all of modern production even possible.
Because here's the thing about a modern shop floor. Everything, and I mean everything, is part of one giant network. You've got the machines, the people operating them, the parts zipping around. They are all constantly talking to each other. And to manage that nonstop digital conversation, you need a central nervous system.
And that nervous system? It has a name. We like to call it the digital brain of the factory. Its official title is MES, which stands for Manufacturing Execution System. And this is the system that takes what could be total chaos and turns it into a perfectly tuned symphony of production.
Okay, digital brain is a great metaphor, but let's be real. What does this system actually do? Let's peel back the layers a bit and get into the nitty-gritty of how it really works out there on the floor.
So here's the most important thing to get. MES is all about the now. It's not about what happened last week or what might happen next month. It is the software that is actively managing, watching over, and syncing up everything happening on the production line second by second. Think of it as the real-time commander-in-chief of the shop floor. And this brings us to something that trips a lot of people up. The difference between MES and another system you've probably heard of called ERP. See, ERP systems are the big picture planners. They're sitting in the front office deciding what products to make and when they need to be ready. But MES is the boots on the ground. It takes those plans from the ERP and figures out exactly how to get it done, right now on the machines. You can really break its job down into 4 huge areas. First up, control. It's giving operators and machines their marching orders in real time. Second, coordination. It's making sure all the moving parts, people, machines, materials, are all working together perfectly. Third is traceability, which is super important. It creates a complete digital birth certificate for every single product. And finally, data. It's a data vacuum sucking up tons of information and turning it into insights you can actually use. Now, to really understand why MES is such a game changer, you have to see where it lives in the factory's digital world. And it sits right in a really interesting spot, connecting 2 totally different worlds: the world of information technology, or IT, and the world of operational technology, or OT.
So first, you've got the IT layer. Just think of this as the corporate headquarters in the cloud. This is where you find those big business systems we talked about, like the ERP that does the planning, and cloud analytics for long-term strategy. It's all about business, planning, and big data. And this is where MES becomes absolutely critical. It acts as the digital bridge. It's the translator. It takes those high-level business plans from the IT world and translates them into concrete, actionable commands for the physical world of the factory. And it sends data back the other way too.
And that physical world, that's the OT layer, operational technology. This is where the sparks fly and the metal gets shaped. We're talking about the actual machines, the robots, the conveyor belts, and all the sensors that make the magic of production actually happen.
Let's walk through a quick example so you can see it in action. Okay, so a new order to build, say 1,000 widgets, drops from the ERP system down to the MES. The MES immediately translates that into specific instructions for an operator on the line. As the machines start cranking, the MES is constantly collecting data, cycle times, quality checks, you name it, and feeding that status back up the chain so everyone knows exactly what's going on. It's a perfect, seamless loop from a business plan to a physical product. So why does all this matter so much? I mean, what's the big deal? Well, having this digital brain isn't just some cool feature. It is absolutely fundamental to the whole idea of a modern smart factory, what everyone's calling Industry 4.0. And let's be crystal clear on this point. All that futuristic stuff you hear about, artificial intelligence that spots tiny defects, or systems that can predict when a machine is about to break down. None of that is possible without an MES. It provides the clean, structured, real-time data that those advanced systems absolutely need to survive. It's the foundation for everything. And the impact on the business? It's massive. Suddenly, managers have a crystal clear view of everything happening on the shop floor. You can trace any product, any component, all the way back to its origins. You get reliable numbers you can actually trust for things like efficiency and quality. This means you can react to problems in minutes, not days, which cuts down on waste and downtime. And yeah, you can finally get rid of all those clipboards and paper forms. It is a complete transformation.
So, as we wrap this up, the most important thing to take away is really about where all of this is heading. The future of manufacturing is, without a doubt, digital, and MES is sitting right at the heart of that entire shift.
If you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, please make it this quote. It just says it all perfectly. MES is the real-time operating system of manufacturing. It's not just another piece of software. It's the fundamental engine that actually runs modern production.
Look, understanding MES is the critical first step, but it's still just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. So are you ready to see how it all fits together with the other systems on the factory floor? I hope so, because that's exactly what we're going to dive into next time. Thanks for hanging out.